The world you see around you is only half of what truly exists. The other half hides in silence, in shadows, in the empty spaces we pretend not to notice. And once you realize that darkness is not just the absence of light, but a living thing, everything changes. Most people walk through their homes at night believing they are alone. But the moment the lights go out, the moment the house grows quiet, you can feel it, that strange heaviness in the air, that soft pressure behind you, that sense that something is standing just out of sight, waiting for you to move, waiting for you to notice. There are stories old, forgotten stories, that say every human is followed by a silent presence. It never speaks, it never shows itself, but it watches, it learns, it listens to the sound of your breath, memorizes the rhythm of your footsteps, and stays close enough to reach you whenever the darkness grows deep enough. You've felt it before, when you walk into a room and suddenly freeze, not knowing why, when you wake up at night, and your heart is already racing, as if something was staring at you while you slept. When you feel a cold breeze in a place where no wind exists. We call these feelings imaginations, but the older cultures believed they were warnings. They believed there are thin places in this world, places where the barrier between reality and something else grows weak. A corner of a room, a hallway at night, a silent forest, an abandoned street, or sometimes the darkest spot in your own house. In those places, things move differently. Shadows stretch a little too far. Silence becomes too heavy. And if you listen closely, you might hear footsteps that aren't yours. There are countless people who swear that they've been touched in their sleep, not by a dream, but by something cold and patient, leaning close enough to feel their heartbeat. Doctors call it sleep paralysis, but the old stories call it the night visitor, a being that stands over your bed, watching you struggle to breathe, feeding on the fear that rises silently in your chest. It doesn't always hurt you. Sometimes it only watches. Sometimes it only wants to see how long you can endure, the feeling of being completely helpless. But the most terrifying truth is not what these things do. It's what they want. They study humans. They watch how we react to fear, how we break, how we lie to ourselves, just to feel safe. They feed on the moments when you pretend you didn't see the shadow move, when you pretend the voice you heard was just the wind, when you pretend the footsteps behind you were your own imagination, because fear that is ignored is the most powerful fear of all. And once something in the darkness realizes you can feel it, once it knows you're aware, it never leaves you alone again. It follows you through every room, waits at the foot of your bed, and watches your reflection when you're not looking directly at the mirror. So the next time the lights flicker, the next time your room feels colder than it should, the next time you feel a presence standing behind you, don't turn around, don't speak, don't run, because the darkness reacts to attention. It wakes up when you notice it. It gets closer when you acknowledge it. And if you look directly at it, you might finally see the thing that has been watching you your entire life. And once you see it, truly see it, you'll never be alone again, not even for a second. Welcome to the reality that hides behind the dark.